Welcome back. Today for our Midday Makeover, I'm joined here with Mike Wayne from Chemung Canal. Thanks again for coming in. And today we're going to be talking about buying a car. All right, so I'm ready to buy a car. Where do I even start? Because it's a big process.
Well, first of all, this isn't going to be the only car that you ever buy. So let's think about that from a planning and budgeting standpoint. Maybe you don't need that convertible with all the bells and whistles. That might be something that you buy into over a period of time. So really, you want to decide, what do you really need in a car? Do you travel a lot for work? Do you need storage space for children? You know, all sorts of those kinds of ideas should come into helping to pick what type of vehicle that you want, because it's not just the sticker price of the vehicle, it's the maintenance, it's the registration, it's the taxes, and all of that go along with it that can kind of build up that final number and create a little bit of sticker shock when you get at the dealership.
So then, big decision right now, do I buy new? Do I buy used? Do I lease it or do I finance it?
Well, a lot of that depends, again, on your personality. Some people want to have a new car every 2 or 3 years. If that's the case, then leasing is probably a good alternative. If you're going to hold on to the car for 4 or 5 or 6 years, maybe that's something that you want to look at buying and financing, whether that's through the dealer or through the bank. The advantage of that is at the end of the term, you'll have something then to trade in, where you won't always have that as part of the lease agreement.
And from a financial standpoint, how do you weigh those options of, oh, it'd be really nice to have a new car every 2 years, but it'd be cheaper to keep it for 10 years?
Well, a lot of it has to do with your personal budget. So you look at your expenses and your income and try and identify what fits best. The best way to be able to do that is to be able to put money, if you're going to buy a car especially, to put money away as part of your budgeting process so that you've got money for a down payment, so that maybe you're not buying or borrowing 100% plus of what the sticker price is, plus all of the taxes and registration. So that's a big part of it. And interest rates play a little bit of a role, but because the term is typically shorter in nature, they're not necessarily the driving force in making that decision as they might be with a much longer loan opportunity like a mortgage or a home improvement loan.
And then kind of a quick final question, how do you decide whether you're leasing or financing how much to put down? Is there kind of a magic percentage of what that car costs? Or?
Well, I would encourage people to put as much as practical. That's easy for us to say on the outside. A lot of it really depends on how much savings you have. So I certainly wouldn't take everything out of your savings account and put it down. But if you had a couple of $1,000s in the bank, to be able to put 1,000 or 500 or 750, it's all going to knock down what you're going to have to borrow in the long run, and that helps you keep your payment a little bit lower, and the interest charges that you will pay will be a little bit less.
All right, great, thanks.